Hey everybody, Coach for the Soul, Thursdays at 3 has begun. I don't know why this camera is so close to my face. It changes once it starts. It's kind of weird. Yeah. Very strange, very strange, very strange, very strange. So this is a 99% clairvoyant reading. And hello if you are joining me live. And if you're watching this on my YouTube channel at billhobart, welcome, welcome. Yeah, hey Kathy, how's it going? See who pops on. Hey Susan. Hello Shannon. There's so much to talk about today, it's crazy. Hi Suze, how's it going? A little bit of the violet flame is here again too, I'm seeing above my head. There it goes, see it? It's so funny, look at that. It's so interesting how that happens, right? Hey Karen. Hey, hi Carol. What's going on? I haven't seen you in forever. Yeah, see Violet? I think that's so. Hey Pratik, what's up, baby? How's everything going? I'm telling you, we're going to talk about all that energy and all that crap's going on. There's so much going on in the universe. It's nuts. Oh, Hippie Fest is this weekend. Carol, where's that at? It's going to be cold and snowy. It's going to be gross this weekend. Hopefully it's inside. Yes, Pratik, for sure. I hope you're well. I hope you enjoyed Washington, D.C. Hi, Holly. I'll see you in a couple weeks. Hey, Jamie. Great day for, Jamie, great day for abundance. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Oh, it's in Houghton Lake. Okay. It's going to be snowing up there, girl. What are you doing? Ooh, no thanks. Give me like 34 or something like that down here on Saturday. Crazy, crazy. But there's so much to talk about. It is nuts. So, hi Eric, how's it going? I haven't talked to you guys in a long time. Hi Allison. Can you still see the violet flame? Yeah, pretty cool. That's healing me from my colonoscopy. What an ordeal that is. Oh my God. We're going to talk about that too. From what Spirit said, things, stuff like that. So, wait another minute or so. Oh, Teresa Parker. How you doing, my friend? How are you? How are you? How are you? Allison, did I say hello to you? Hello, Allison, if I didn't. I'm glad you're here. Yep, glad you're here. Good, I'm glad, Eric. Hi, Susan. How's it going? How are you, Susan, on your sabbatical? Enjoy it. Hi, Laura. Namaste to you, too. Okay, Spirit wants to start. So, okay. First, we're going to talk about, I had a colonoscopy on Monday, okay? My first one in 4 years. Okay, no big deal. Hey, Caitlin. And just because I'm 62, right? It's time to get it done. Hi, Emily. Good job, Emily, joining the Tammy's Free group. I'm going to talk about that too. So I reached out to 3 of my contemporaries, I should say. And Tammy was one. And hi, Piper. And Lori Lipton. And my beautiful friend, Terry Williams. And I said, just hold some light for me on Monday. Just to make sure that everything's cool. And that was on Saturday or Sunday? Oh, Saturday. And so I sent him a text, and Val said, "Oh, sure we will. It's all good." Blah blah blah. And then on Sunday morning, Tammy, the wonderful friend that she is, sent me hi Liz. She sent me a voicemail on Messenger. Interesting. Saying that she woke up and she focused on my intestine, and I had something lodged in my intestine. Okay, chimes. It wasn't what you would think it would be, right? It was actually something. Hi, Bonnie. It was actually something. And I've talked about this before. I'm telling you guys this because of what's going on in the universe, right? Everything's coming for us to let our stuff go. So she sent me this wonderful voicemail kind of thing on Messenger, and first one is like, she was focusing on my intestine this morning, and there is something blocking it on the left, or on, I think she said the left side, and that's where I always hold my energy. I don't know why, just holds in that part of my, like on my groin, on the left hand side of my stomach, and she says she was connected. And she says that her guides are telling me that I have that I have something that happened in 1983. And what was that? And I told her, I don't really. And I was like, okay, Spirit, what happened in 1983? I said, oh, that's when the incident happened with my supervisor, my boss at work, my manager at work. And so I told her that. She goes, well, if you can remember that, that's what it is. I'm like, okay. But it's interesting she picked out 1983, right? And I'll tell you what it was. I think I've told you before. So she says, it's a black slimy ball. So I need you to pull it out of yourself when you're feeling like you're ready, okay? And pull it out. It's a black slimy yucky ball of just energy. And she says, I need you to tell it off, right? I can do that easy. And then give it love. And that will help with your future. Again, we're all in the process of losing our, I hate to say this, but losing our shit, right? We honestly are. So I thanked her. I said, awesome. Well, I first told her, I'm gonna go back, and said, she goes, what instant was that? I said, well, that is the year that I asked for a raise at the shoe store that I worked in, my first shoe store that I worked in as an assistant manager. And my manager told me at the time, hey, Jody, hey, Bonnie. I think I said, hi, Bonnie. Remember, guys, it's 1983. So this is going to make sense if you're old enough, right? I asked for a raise. My boss said no. I said, I don't understand why I'm not getting promoted when everyone else is in Michigan. He says it's because you're a faggot. I've told the story before. I went, are you kidding me? What? I mean, I'm 23 years old. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, they're never going to promote you, Bill. Hey, Shay, so you have the choice. Either you can stay and work for the same amount of money plus your commission. Hey, Pat. Or you can quit. They really don't care. Supervision does not even care. I'm like, oh, hey, Jimla. And I went, well, I'm not going anywhere. And he went, fine, then drop it. Okay? 1983. Well, again, being 23 years old and being the Capricorn that I am, well, there ain't no way you're going to get me out of here unless you're going to fire me, right? And I did everything right. Everything right. I was their star performer, right? And so I, of course, didn't remember that. I've talked about it a couple times because it keeps coming up just as an example of the things that people said back in the day that can stop your progress, that can stop you from moving forward. Hi, Karen, right? So that's what it was. So this morning, I went ahead because I was full of energy this morning. I pulled that thing out of me, and I never said so many MFs in my life to my ex-supervisor. And what is funny is that I was hi Sherry, I was the manager of the year many times for the whole company. I would walk into a store as a manager and make all kinds of profit, make all kinds of business because of who I was. Because guess what? I wasn't going to let these goofball white straight guys control my future. Capricorn. Gay. Kind of makes sense, right? So now 83, 93, 2003, 2015. So we're talking 39 years ago that happened. And I just got rid of it today. That's what I'm saying about the universe. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Right now, guys, I've talked about this for the past 2-3 weeks. The universe is clearing out all of our, and I'm going to say it, it's clearing out all of our shit. All of our baggage, all of our shit, all the stuff in our closets, everything. Deep down inside as black balls out of your intestines. So be prepared for that. So things that happened in our past that I thought I'd work through, I thought, okay, whatever. I proved them wrong like I always do. and because I'm a Capricorn, right? So understand, guys, that as we go through this process of transformation, and I'm going to tell you something in a minute, understand that there's something there. Understand that we have to participate in exactly what's going on. How? Okay, Spirit, what's that? Spirit, what's that? Spirit, what's that in my stomach? Spirit, what's that? Spirit, what's that? Asking those questions and sitting for 5-10 minutes by ourselves in the quiet and just being quiet. Letting things come into our mind. Letting things come into, again, if it's not negative ego, it's good. If it is negative ego, that's when you say, no, wait, no, we're not doing that. This is my quiet time. Hi, Lee. Okay? So that is what exactly. So Jamelia just said, a universal enema, which is true. Hi, Pam. Wallah. All right? So as things come up, you guys, as people give you messages, as people help you out, as you start to get in your dreams, on top of that too, in your dreams, all kinds of prolific stuff, all right? Get yourself a dream journal. Get a dream journal. And I use my phone, right, guys? I use my phone. Hi, Liz. I use my phone because I can't write fast enough before it goes away. So use your phone as your journal. Why? Because you want to make sure of what the hell you said. Because as you come out of your sleep, even if it's 2:30 in the morning, go to the bathroom so you don't wake up your partner, husband, whoever. Hey, Blake, kids, whatever, right? And talk. I will tell you, I posted something, it was Thursday, I think today's Thursday. So it would have been Monday? No, maybe Tuesday. Maybe it was Tuesday. That maybe it was yesterday. I don't know what day it is anymore, guys. Did anybody have downloads last night? Blah, 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 blah. Only reason that I know that I had downloads, you know who woke me up at 2:30 a.m. to go potty. I'm in the middle of download. I mean, I'm talking the middle of download. And I'm like, what the hell is that? I'm stumbling around. I'm trying to get to the door with the dog. And I'm like, man, oh man, download is crazy right now. I was still in the download when I woke up because they woke me up out of a sound sleep. And in my sleep, I was actively working in the download, which is amazing. Amazing. Hey, Melanie. So, Liz, Liz just noticed a violet flame. Hey, Michelle. God, everybody's here. It's awesome. So I put it on Facebook, right? And everybody's like, yes. Okay. What it is this. I got into this thing. Quantum mental process. Again, I've spoken about there being we're in a quantum year, right? Everything's twos, right? This year, next year, 2024, maybe January, February. So we're processing things so much faster. Hey, Amanda, we're processing things so much faster. Those of us who are on our spiritual journey, the people who watch Coaching for the Soul for sure, are all going through this process of WTF. I mean, it's all coming so fast with the gamma rays. We are being bombarded by gamma rays every day in 2022. And what that is doing is raising our consciousness, raising our vibration, lucid dreams, all kinds of downloads. Hey, Sherry, all kinds of cool stuff going on that what's cool is we're conscious of that. Where usually we're not conscious of our dreams, but they've made it possible for us to interact with those things. For me anyway, that night that I woke up with the dog at 2:30, I was actively participating in the download. And that to me is wow. Wow. Liz says, how do you know if it's how do you know if you are downloading? You can feel it. You can feel it. If you're dreaming, you can see it in your mind because you're participating in it. You can see the energy coming to your body. You can see you doing, I was basically participating in the download by doing this. taking it all, taking everything that I could. My body was kind of vibrating, and I'm like, okay, 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 yeah. See, many times I've had where I just am laying in my bed, and I feel it come to my body, and just boom, 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 just light and light and light. Yes, yes. Yeah, Catherine, you see the violet flame again? Yeah. That's because of the colonoscopy. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. More of it. So understand, guys, that the quantum, I had to write it down because I wouldn't remember it. Quantum mental process is what's going on now. And it's going to continue. Why? Because I've talked about this before. The Jupiter-Neptune conjunction. It's April the 12th. Jupiter, planet of expansion, just blowing it apart, right? Hey, Rhonda, absolutely giving everybody what they want, manifesting everything. I've talked about that since January. That ask for what you want. Let things manifest. It'll happen until May. Let it ask. You never ask for enough stuff. Money, cars, boats, jobs, whatever. Houses, ask for it. Okay? Jupiter, Neptune, right next to each other in the universe. Right in the sky, right up there. Okay? Neptune, dreamy, pushing, blasting, making things happen for people. It's not going to happen again for another 166 years. This is the time, guys, 2022. Okay? This is going to absolutely propel us faster forward. Manifesting everything that you want. Now, with Jupiter, Uranus, it takes a longer period of time to manifest. Because Uranus is kind of like, well, let's blow it apart first. No. We got it. Jupiter's like, no. We don't want to blow it apart. We just need to make it expand. We need to get bigger. Hi, Lisa. So they have to have that conversation about everything that you want. Okay? But Jupiter on its own is expanding big time in Pisces until the first weekend of May. It's the expansion planet. It'll give you everything that you want. And it allows everything that you asked for the past 2 years to come to fruition, to manifest, until the first weekend of May. That doesn't mean that little things that you're asking for now, jobs, money, stuff like that, don't automatically come because Jupiter's expanding our energy around us, Spirit says. Okay? So, Leah says, I'm struggling with trying to open myself up because I'm physically and mentally exhausted. You need to do meditations. You need to do guided meditations. That will, and also, Spirit just said, and Tammy's Energy Blast every other Monday at 1:11. If you're not part of that group, let me know, okay? Because stuff works. And in the spiritual group, it's only up for 24 hours. I think last one she kept up for 3 days. All right. So even if you can't see it live, and you don't, leave yourself a note, leave yourself something to do it after you get out of work, before we go to work in the morning, or see if it's going to be up for 2 or 3, 4 days, because sometimes she does that, and that will help you to bust open that energy, Leah. Okay? But that's what it is. We have to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. We have to make sure that we're releasing that energy that the universe is busting into us, because we still got our stuff. We're not letting our stuff go fast enough for all the energy that our bodies are receiving, and our bodies going WTF. What the hell's going on? Because it's never been through this before. Well, guess what? It's going to continue for all of us that are on this freaking conveyor belt, spirit says, to higher dimensional energy. And that's what it's all about. I do Steve Noble's 11-minute quick recovery meditation, rescue meditation, whatever the hell it's called. I do that about once a week. And it absolutely just, boom, blows everything out of my body. It's pretty fabulous. It's still my go-to because I'm still living in a 3D world, right? And we all are also. All right? So that's that. So I got this message from Spirit. Hang on, guys. Sorry, I got my phone's in the wrong spot. I talk about my colonoscopy, and this may happen to other people too, about not operations, not things like that, but medical things that might come up that aren't serious, right? It could just be something that's not, you know, what is up with my internet? It just and hey Haley, and that's to, again, like Spirit, like I've said before, Spirit has said before, that understanding that Liz, yes, I can send it to you too. That they're gonna, if you're not able to clear something, right? If they're ready to push you to the next level, if they're ready to get you up to the next dimension, we may not know what we need to let go of. We may not know what to let go of. So something in the medical world will make us stop and go, go to the doctor. They say, oh, blah, 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 blah. We got to have a procedure about something, nothing big, nothing life-threatening, nothing like that. So I understand now why I had the colonoscopy. So that, and now I know why Spirit had me reach out to those 3 ladies. Because they knew Tammy was going to give me what I needed to let go of, what I needed to pull out of my stomach, out of my intestine. Would I have known that? No way. That's what I'm saying, guys. That's what I'm saying. If you are talking out loud to Spirit, if you are walking that path, if you are clicking on posting that I post, or anybody posts, that's spiritual in nature, that you're really connected to, that you really feel inside your soul, that you really get it, that day it's like, man, this is for me, exactly. As we go through this, as you and they're ready to kick you upstairs, let's say, something may come up that you need to have, that you have a sinus infection, or you've got a sore throat, or whatever it might be. It's not the bad stuff that could really hurt you. It's just to get you to go, okay, interesting. I think I'm going to do that. I've got to do that because the doctor says I need to. So, okay. And you get your antibiotics, you get whatever, right? And all of a sudden you have epiphany. As you're talking to a friend, as you're talking to somebody else, you're doing the energy blast, you're on Coaching for the Soul, live or on my YouTube channel, you'll get those answers from somebody or somewhere. And that's what it's all about. Because now I understand, to get me ready to go to Maui, another thing, right? The only way that they could get me to know about the energy in my gut, in my intestine, right? In my stomach, I say. Because I feel it every night. It's just like dum 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 dum. I'm like, I don't know what that is. Why do I hold energy there? I don't get it. Well, only way to get me to know is to have the colonoscopy, ask the ladies to hold light for me, which all of you should do if something's going on, and getting an answer from one of them that says, oh, by the way, I looked at it this morning with my guides, and you got a blockage, blah, 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 blah. What happened in 1983? I would have never known that. That's them. Everything in your soul journey is planned. Everything. Everything. Again, it blows my mind, because how in the hell did my soul know that on the 20 whatever of March in 2022, I was going to have a colonoscopy, and on the 19th of that month, Tammy was going to tell me this, hey Jackie, and Bill's going to have this recollection, he's going to have this epiphany that blah, 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 blah. We're going to go in, we're going into quantum mental process, and this is going on. How do they know that? Blows my mind. But that just tells you how powerful they are. And how your soul knows everything. Your soul knows everything. Because it's the one that signed the contract. Spirit is saying, because it's the one that signed the deed. I'm like, true. It's the one that signed the deed to your life. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So when those things come up, don't freak out. Just say, oh, just say, okay. Now, Spirit, what did that do? Am I not taking care of myself? I'll tell you one thing, that it was 36 hours without eating. Now, that's excruciating for me. With nothing but Miralax and orange Gatorade and a cup or two of orange Jello, right? And lots of water. I was comatose most of Sunday because I put myself in that space. But I was still but I was still hungry. I kicked the sugar thing. I kicked the junk food thing. Another reason why, I was talking to Spirit about it. I'm like, okay, I don't crave my Mountain Dew anymore. I don't crave my candy anymore. I don't crave a lot of things anymore. I said, I thought I was gonna have to do this in Maui. He goes, no. You have to do that here. You're not going to be able to do it there because lifestyle in Maui is different. It's more organic. It is more natural. It is more fruits and vegetables and less meat. And I'm getting to the point where meat is hard for me to eat because every time that I do, I see the animal it came from. And at that point in time, as weird as it sounds, I never thought I would be this guy, but I say, Mr. Pig, Mr. Cow, whatever, chicken, whatever it might be, turkey. Thank you for giving your life so I can have substance, so that I can have food. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't consciously do that when I started that. It's them. Getting me ready for the move. Because in Hawaii, the energy's different. And I never thought this is how we'd get there, right? So as things happen to you, reach out. As you don't understand things, sorry, the furnace is kicking on. As things are happening, as we're going on forward, as things are shifting and moving forward and getting crazy as hell, because I'm sure everybody else is feeling it, right? With the lucid dreams and the cool dreams and all this kind of thing, use your phone, talking to it, tape recorder, whatever. I can't write fast. And for me, 62, I can barely write anymore. So I use my computer all the time for everything, my laptop. So that is what is so very, very important. So understanding that as we go forward and forward and forward this year, next year too, but next year, Spirit says, we'll already be at a level of 4D that most of us are comfortable. All right? Also, what it's doing, it is activating a lot of people who are looking for guidance. I've talked to quite a few people in the last week and a half who are just starting their journey and they don't get it. They're newbies. They don't understand exactly what it all means. They don't understand how to get there. But there's also people who have been doing this a while and you would think they'd be at a higher dimensional learning, Spirit says, but they're still holding on to control. I've had in the last month, I've probably had people that I know that I've known for probably 5 years or so. Hey, Stacy Casey, maybe more. That we're just having a conversation. We're not really doing anything like reading thing, right? They're not really paying me. We're just having a conversation. And I realize that they're still trying to control the situation. They're still trying to control. They outwardly, it's very interesting how negative ego works. How it controls you is outwardly they're liking posts, they're watching Coaching for the Soul, they're engaging in spiritual conversation, they're part of the energy blast, spiritual journey playground and Tammy's. They might even be part of the pay for group of Tammy's. But they're still holding on to control and planning everything out in their lives because it's fear. They still haven't conquered the fear factor inside their heart that ego is firmly attached to. 2 or 3 of the people I talked to this week that are newbies are totally in fear. They don't know what's going on. The energy is having them shift. they're scared to death. They don't understand why they have to leave this life that they're okay in, and all of a sudden their life is dissolving. They don't get it. And they're having all these dreams and all these epiphanies and all these pictures in their mind when they're awake. And they're confused. So it's interesting that it's hitting everybody, right? The ones still in 3D, but also, I believed, higher dimensional beings, because I believe most of the people that watch Coaching for the Soul are, but how many of them are still in fear? And they I know Spirit. He says they hide behind the facade, which is totally negative ego. Sure, I'm being seen. Sure, I'm doing this. Sure, I'm doing that. Sure, I'm doing this. I did Lori's this, and I did Tammy's this, and I watched Coaching for the Soul with Bill, and da-da-da-da-da. Hi, Candace. But inside, that little person inside is like, oh, no. We're not going to be seen. We're not going to actually do this. I'm going to put this facade up so that I can be part of this group that I like, but I'm not going to truly be who I am. I'm not going to allow myself to truly be seen, because if I do that, what happens? We might get what we want. It's fear. It's fear based in 3D from past life, thousands of years. And you have to be conscious of that. And what's amazing is I thought these people were conscious of that. I thought they were moving right along. But in our conversations on the phone, I've been FaceTime 2 or 3. They're my friends. Thinking, yeah, how you doing? What's going on? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, whoa. I didn't say anything to them, but I'm like, are you kidding, Spirit? Wow. They are these people that you perceive to be engaged and non-controlling and allowing, but underneath they're like, no, that's not who I am, Bill. And I'm blessed that they trust me enough to actually be open with me, because I'm always open. I appreciate that. I don't feel I'm calling anybody out because that's not what this is about. It's about spiritual. Well, it kind of is to get people to understand, because if it's you hiding behind that facade, if it's you having, Spirit says, having 2 lives, my spiritual life and my 3D life. We all do it, or have done it. But eventually what happens is, once you let go, once you heal yourself, once you just start planning for your future and talking out loud and go, no, I'm not gonna, no, I can't control this. It's their responsibility to take care of me, and they will. I trust that they will. Again, the house that I want. If I know, Spirit, he said, I'm gonna use this example. If I knew now I was moving to Maui for the first time, let's say at the end of 2022, I would have not looked for my house in Maui. Now, 2018, when I was still a muggle, pretty much, just starting my career, doing readings, fairs, stuff like that. And Lee's a muggle. He's starting to get something, but you know what I'm saying. And he found the house. And I've told that story before. I'm a 3 in numerology. It was the 3rd house on Zillow. Its address is 336. I live at 3369, divisible by 3. That house is 1614 Halama. 1614 is a 3. 3rd house on Zillow. Okay, cool. I thought that was all cool back then. Check this out, I can do this. But now I'm like, if I had to do that now, I wouldn't find that house. They'd find that house for me. Hey, Julie. I wouldn't engage with any of that because it's not my job. It's their job. If they got me to this point of Spirit's evolution, they got me to this point of being in a higher dimensional energy, that's their job. I know they're going to bring it to me. But as a muggle, Lee and I found it 2018. See the difference? Back then it was controlling. I was totally in control. I thought, no, this is the way it's going to happen. This is the way it's going to be. And I would always say, why would he lie to me? Why would Spirit lie telling me we were gonna move by September of 2018 to Maui? Why would he lie? Hey, Joe. It wasn't a lie at all. But I wasn't this person now. Again, 4 years ago, I wasn't this guy at all. So now I understand it, right? That they're just telling me about my future, thinking, well, Bill's all set to go. When as a human, I call him the principal, goes, oh no, Bill can't. Bill's didn't hit his grades. He's still down here. They're like, are you kidding? His light is so bright. Isn't he ready to go? Like when the alien showed up, right? Your light is really bright. Can you help us with technology? Dude, I can barely use my phone. No, but your light is so bright. Okay, that's great. What does that mean? Well, now I understand. Then I didn't. So all of us go through the same process, right? We all go through the same stuff, just with different characters, at different ways, different systems, different everything, different levels, different stages. Spirit says everything, which fascinates me. How come there's not a school? How come there's not, how come? But there's not. Spirit just said, because they all can't get on the bus, which is true. So for me, I can look back at that. Hey, Kimberly, I can look back at that and go, wow. It's pretty amazing that they still haven't sold the house. It's been 4 years. Still can't sell it. Even in this market, still can't sell it. Or they don't want to sell it. Why? Because it's my house. But if we didn't find the house 2018 and I knew I was moving to Maui now, I wouldn't know anything about a house. I'd say, okay, Spirit, when you're ready for us to move, let me know. Got to give my notice, we're going to leave the apartment. Yeah, but make sure that everything, blah, blah, blah. They already know that. Hi, Karen. They already know that, right? That's where they kind of laugh at me and go, oh my God, Bill, we already know. We wrote your soul contract, Bill. We wrote it. It's good. We know everything. Oh my gosh, I know. I'm just saying it for me. See the difference? That don't ever be afraid that you're not going to get what you want. You're not going to have to worry about that. It's already in your journal. Colonoscopy, Tammy Bracewell, black ball in my gut, 1983. That's how it works. That's how it works. And we have to believe that. We have to not understand it, Spirit says. We have to believe that. We have to believe that they've got our back because they do. I know. He says, because we effing know everything. He said the word. We effing know everything. We know everything where you're supposed to go. Just let us drive the car. Let us drive the chair, he says. Let us drive just let us drive. Let us take you there, he keeps saying. Just let us take you there. Why do you have to intervene? Why do you think you have to control? Why do you think if you want to move someplace, guess what? Tell them. What kind of house do you want? Picture it in your mind. Go on freaking Zillow. Say, I got this picture. I want this house, Spirit. I want it to look like this on the outside. I want my kitchen to look like that. I want my living room to look like that. I want my bedroom to look, all my bedrooms to look like, that right there is the primary bedroom and bath. I want this. Just go and pick out pictures. Put them on a board if you want to. Or Spirit says, you can just put a check mark by the picture in a magazine if you want to. Or take a picture, he says, with your phone, off your iPad, off your laptop, whatever. And say, Spirit, this is the thing that I want in my house. I want my house to look like this, click, and you go through the pictures. Say, Spirit, that's what I want in 2022. Because that's how it works. I know. He says, use us for you. You just got to believe that we're going to bring it to you. Just have to understand and believe that everything is going to work out in your favor. It's going to. You just have to understand that there's going to be bumps in the road, right? that are going to match your baggage. Why? You might ask. Because you got to work on your stuff. It all doesn't go away like that. It takes hours, years, months, whatever. It takes time. But that doesn't mean that you can't get to the place where you're in love with it. And then they want you to do more. And you want to do more. Well, cool, this is good right here, but I'm not satisfied with this. I want to go higher, okay? And as you go higher, because we're all going to, guys, we're all going to 5D by 2025, 2026. Anybody who's watching Coach for the Soul, anybody who follows me on Facebook or Instagram, trust me. We're all going 2025, 2026. I know. Spirit just said, there ain't nobody being left behind who watches this program. No one. Because you've all invested in it. So I know. So he says his advice to people would be give up the freaking control. I got to have everything in place before I even think about moving. I've got to have everything in place before I think about remodeling my house. I got to have everything in place. No, you don't. And prime example, my best friend moved to Sarasota, Florida the end of July of last year. Bought a condo in Sarasota. The man lived there since 1984 with his wife. His wife died. Finally, at 90 years old, he went into a facility. Nothing had been touched in the house since 1984. They still have the pictures of the mom and the dad with their kids on the walls when he went through the house. That's how fast they wanted to sell it. And it was it was so inexpensive for Sarasota. It was like $100,000 less than the other condos in the area because it hadn't been touched since 1984. So he talked to me and said, buy that one, you can get what you want. You can make it the way that you want it instead of buying a higher priced one and being limited on what you can do in the house. So he bought it. And everybody kept pressuring him, his family, things like that, pressuring him to get a contractor, get a contractor, get a contractor, get a contractor. Well, okay, he tried. It didn't work out. I said, because it wasn't supposed to work out. Because you got to talk to the guy who sold you the condo, who's from Bloomfield Hills in Michigan, with his wife, has been in Sarasota for 5 to 8 years, I'm not sure exactly when, knows a lot of people. Let me get you in touch with Luis. Hi, Judy. Let me get you in touch with Robert. Let me get you in touch with Angelo. Okay, cool. Guess what? His condo is now complete, top to bottom renovation. Top to frickin' bottom. I mean, top to bottom. It was a dump. Carpets hadn't been cleaned in 20 years. Ripped up that carpet, new flooring, new kitchen, new bathrooms, new living room. I mean, new lanai, new landscaping, new everything, right? At 39% of what it would have cost with a contractor. Why? Because he believed, don't worry, it's going to get done. He had all kinds of money. He could have absolutely done it in 3-4 months. But no. The cabinets for his kitchen were on back order because of the pandemic. Hey, Jackie, for like 3 months. Well, that's not going to, me paying the contractor is not going to make me get my cabinets in any sooner for my kitchen. But he believed. He's not that guy, trust me. He's a Taurus. He's not that guy. Love him to death. He's my brother from past lives. Or sister, whichever way I want to look at it. But he went ahead, he said, no, I'm in no hurry. He's not working at the moment because he needed to be home to make sure that they were doing what he wanted to do the way he wanted them to do it. Because he had the money to do it from selling his house in Birmingham. That's belief, guys. That's trusting. And he doesn't really talk a lot about spirituality because he's Catholic. But I know there's something there that he knows because he told me some things that he should not know from my mom, my dad, whatever. Because kind of like, he's my brother from a past life. Family. But that is what it's all about. if you're going to move someplace, okay, Spirit, I need you to find me my house, right? Okay, Spirit, I need you to do this. Okay, Spirit, I need you to do that. I need you to help me with this, right? I need you to take care of me. Like, we got you. But again, what do you want? Tell them what you want. And then allow it to manifest. If it's moving to Sarasota, if it's moving to Las Vegas, if it's moving to Joshua Tree, wherever, it doesn't matter. Spirit is when, even if you're moving to freaking Savannah, Georgia, or South Carolina, whatever it might be, right? Let them do their work for you. Be as connected as you possibly can by allowing and trusting. Taking the control out of it and trusting the fact that they've got your back. And that you're going to get what you want. Now, it depends on if I want it now. Well, good luck with that. It takes time to manifest. It takes time for everything to get moving in the right direction. They know it's coming, but you have to say, right? Because until you say, it can't move. It's snail's pace, Spirit says. As soon as you proclaim it, as soon as you tell them what you want, guess what? Is it on fast drive? No. It takes time to get the wheels in motion, to make sure that everything is the right place at the right time, so you get it. But if you're not putting it out there, all you're putting out is negative stuff. It's a horrible economy. Gas is too expensive. Groceries are too expensive. Negative, 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 negative. You ain't getting nothing. They will stop giving you anything that you want when you're thinking about things that you can't control. Can't control it. They're going to change? Of course it is. It always does. Got a war going on. Negative. Once he's gone, positive. Oil drops back down as the ships get into port and get unloaded. Guess what, guys? Everybody's got everything that they want again. That's what the deal is. It's them. We have to go through something hard to get what we want. Personally, as a society, as a world. And understanding that, that's what it's all about. Worry about you. You, your family, your husband. Hey, Ruby, your husband, your spouse, your wife, whatever it is. Worry about that. And when I know, Spirit just went, even if it's the most minuscule thing that you, again, I find this fascinating. I know, so I'm going to talk about it. Have you ever gone into a grocery store and there's one left of what you want? Have you ever gone to a store and there's nothing that you wanted left? Why? Because sometimes you got to work for it, Spirit says. It's true. But how many times do you walk in someplace and it's the last item on the shelf? And that's what you wanted. That happens to me with food all the time. All the time. When I'm running around at 6 o'clock at night or 5 o'clock at night for dinner, thinking, okay, I'm going to get that, I'm going to get that, I'm going to get that. Okay. And there's one left on the shelf. Or there's one on the top shelf in the very back and you find it. Boom. Thank you, Spirit. Like, okay, got to do some work for this. All those things are tied to your guides. All those things. Okay, how conscious is he? Is he going to look and see if there's any more up? Well, of course I am. Why? Because I want it. And I expect them to give it to me. And when they don't give it to me, I'm like, okay, WTF on the freaking broccoli. The organic broccoli. What the hell's up with that? Get something else. Okay, we'll get asparagus for dinner. Okay, fine. That's what the deal is. See? When there's nothing there, Spirit, what's up with the rice? How can they not have rice? Come on. Oh, Bill, you're not gonna have rice. Okay, fine. Go to Kroger. Go to Meijer. That's what the deal is. Having those conversations, because they'll work for you over every part of your life. We just have to engage them. Hey, Andrea. Yeah. We just have to engage them. And when we think we're on our own, when we think the littlest thing doesn't matter, don't think that. Because the littlest thing matters to them. They know everything. Everything. Hi, Abby. And understanding they're just not your guides when you want them to be your guides. They're your guides when you at the bad times too. That you see, so Spirit, WTF, what's going on? Why is today so harsh? Like last Wednesday. Like last Wednesday. Last Wednesday, not this past Wednesday, not yesterday, but last week, everybody was in this space before Coaching for the Soul. I even talked to my sister. She goes, Bill, I spent all day Wednesday in bed. I was so depressed. I was so just absolutely just like there was pressure on me. Yeah, because she's going through her process. Thank God, Spirit. Thank God. Yeah, you got a lot of stuff to get rid of. Big Brother's way far ahead of her, but that's the key. I'm so happy that that's happening. So happy. And when you see people around you that it's happening to, don't tell them what to do, because they'll resent you. Let them come to you and say, so, this is what's going on. What do you think? This is what this is. So, did this happen to you too? Yeah. Well, how did you handle it? Oh, blah, 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 blah. That's how it works, guys. Don't tell people what they should do. Doesn't work. Doesn't work at all. Because you won't get it from Bill, you'll get it from them. Like, I am fascinated, the people that I talk to, that I don't know. Maybe I've never talked to them before, or maybe I've talked to them once or twice before, that they think Bill's talking to them. I'm like, no, you're not talking to Bill. Well, what's the difference? Because I'm channeling. I channel all the time now. Every day, all I do is channel. It's very hard for me to be with the public. It's very hard for me to drive my car. It's very hard, and that's not isolation. That is just a fact that's my normal state of being, Spirit says, which it is. So to feed the dog, to make sure that he's fed and goes potty and goes to sleep at the right time and has his vitamins and stuff like that. That Lee gets his food at night and that he's happy. That he has somebody to talk to if he needs to unload. Yeah, that's my muggle time. But then guess what? When they all go to bed, bingo, up here again. And that's just watching Facebook Watch. I found this comedian guy who's funny as hell. He just popped up and I started watching his stuff, his Facebook, his Facebook Messenger live stuff, that Facebook Watch. It's funny as hell. It just makes me chuckle. But guess what? I'm in this space in my body, in my mind, in my house, I'm just floating. It's all good. I'm come down from the day, but I'm still in my spiritual self. But I don't have to answer questions. Spirit is asleep, just kind of hanging out, right? Because they know Bill's in the process of winding down. His light is not dimmed at all, but they know Bill's schedule. Yeah. Why? Because I communicate everything to them that I want. And the stuff that I don't want, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But Spirit, you got to help me with this because I don't understand it. That's the key. Then let me school you, Bill. Okay, cool. And somebody will come into my life and help me. Again, anything that comes to you, look at it. Anything that is given to you, look at it. Listen to it. Watch it. Whatever it might be. On any social media platform. If it's spiritual. Like, again, I know Spirit brought me this comedian guy. I mean, he's funny as hell. And because I just needed a little comic relief. And it's all about human stuff. He says his kids are dumb. His boys are dumb. His daughter's not. Okay, boys are dumb till they're 26 usually. You know, because that's when we mature. Some of us thought we were grown up at 23 and 24 and 25 and 26. When I look back and I'm like, not a clue. I thought I had a big old clue, but not a clue. But it's funny to hear things like that because it's humorous. Because guys are dumb. I say that all the time to people in reading because men are not supposed to be that smart when it comes to emotions, when it comes to knowing, when it comes to, no. We are singly focused on one or two things. That's all our mind can take. That's why women run the world. I say that all the time. They have babies, they control the house, they control the children's lives, they control the husband. What do you think I do? I'm not a female, but guess what? I control everything that goes on in my house. And they love it. Because they don't have to think about it. The two other boys in my life, right? They don't have to think about anything because daddy's going to take care of them. They're going to give them food. I'm going to clean up after them. I'm going to wash their clothes. I'm going to iron their clothes. I'm going to change the sheets on the house from Bailey. I'm going to wipe his bottom when he goes potty. I'm going to get up at 2:30 in the morning and take him outside to go potty because that's what daddy does. See? So there's usually that one person, and usually it's the female. It's not the guy. Because to wake Lee up in the middle of the night to take Bailey out potty, that ain't never gonna work. That is never gonna work. He's not that guy. He'll say, "Can't you?" Sure, I'll do that. Sure, I'll do that. One more thing for me to do. But guess what? When they go to bed at night at 9:30, 10 o'clock, bingo. I have an hour and a half usually of just Bill time. In the morning, it doesn't work. I need it at night. So sometimes I want Bailey to go to bed at 8:30, 8 o'clock. He's not going to because he's a pack animal and he wants to be over here with daddy to make sure that I'm okay as my partner. Well, that's okay, but as long as you're asleep, that's good. If you're running around being goofy at 18 years old, that doesn't work. See? So that's what that is. Understanding that's the way that it's set up, Spirit says. So when somebody starts their journey, don't tell them what to do. Don't say, "Oh my God, you need to do meditations, and you need to do this." Wait a minute, you don't even know where they're at. I know one of the people I talked to last week, they're just starting the journey. And he had no idea about anything. He's like, "Bill, I don't get it."